guys around the house. Today we're looking at part 30 of my series of loft conversion videos. Yes, you heard me right, part 30. Maybe I should have got the professionals in to do it. Anyway, today we're going to be fitting some chicken wire between the joists and filling it with insulation. So enjoy. What I'm trying to do is fill up the few gaps that didn't have any insulation. I've just been round and just made sure before I put this board over, everything's nice and packed full. As I keep saying with every job on this loft, you've got to do one thing and remember you haven't done another. So I was just having a look. I've got an aerial I've been storing for ages in the attic. It gives me the digital signal on the terrestrial telly downstairs. So I've just left myself a nice reel of coax outside. I've fed it through. I've also put the shorter length that the aerial's currently connected to, so I can just plug it back in. So I've got the TV now for the next few weeks. But it means then I can do the swap over at some point. I know I got a nice surplus amount of cable to go up. Is what I don't want to do is close all this up and I think, oh, how am I going to get that in? So at least it's all neat now. Under the floor, I'll put a little connector on the back of the cupboard round there, so I'll have access to this little cupboard door I'm going to create. So it'll be perfect. If I don't want the aerial in the future, it doesn't matter. The cable's there ready. If I do use it, then it's perfect. It's tucked away. I know how to get access to it. Now I've got to get in and pull it through. So hopefully this will go smoothly. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that wasn't too bad at all. I thought it got stuck, but it was stuck underneath one of my floorboards. So I can just pull all this through now. And you can see this piece of plastic's come in handy. You always have one item around here that you've used like that. Now I could just go and buy those this proper rods you can connect to do this kind of thing, but I don't have to do it that often. There we go, back in. There we go, that's perfect. So I've fed that all the way along now, so I'm happy I can connect that all in on the back of the cupboard. That's all in place. Just another thing ticked off in my head, so I can now, I think, finally put these floorboards over. There we go, that's this side of the loft all boarded up at last. My knees are killing, my neck's aching, I've been bent over all day. So it's starting to get dark now because it's early evening. As you saw earlier, I finished the floorboard, so I've had a tidy up. I've had the old Henry Hoover out and I've given everything a tidy clean. I mean, it doesn't look super clean here because it just ran out of my bag and I got to order a few more. But compared to what it was with all the sawdust, I managed to use in there as well a bit of leftover board, which is good. So I'm reducing the number of floorboards now in here by putting them into the corners there. I've only got 1, 2 and the one I'm stood on, 3 full boards left, so that's fine because I've got to order more. I can use these by moving them around where I need to be, but hopefully if we can clear the floor space, get rid of all this insulation. So the next plan is to go over this with the chicken wire, get the insulation in, then I'm going to run the cables for the sockets on top of the insulation. So I've got access from the top if required, and also it's just I don't want to wrap them up in insulation. So it's a new day, and I've actually just spent about an hour and a half cleaning the place up. I had to go out last night and get some wire mesh, and I had to get some Henry Hoover bags. Now, it was a bit of a last minute change. I was going to do some wiring, but I had to think about it, and logically I thought it makes sense now to give all this bit of the loft a clean. You can see now the floor's, well, I wouldn't say immaculate, but it's pretty good considering the state it was in. I've removed all the insulation out of here. I've got a nice clear working area, so I think I'm going to put the wire mesh across here, work my way back. I'm going to try and do this side of the loft. I'm going to stop it about by here, because when I put the stairs in, I can then work around there, putting in my wall and whatever based on where the stairs go. Although I know roughly where they go, you know, I want it to the exact millimetre. I don't want to start building stud walls and find I missed it by ½ inch. Then just a quick look around the loft. It always amazes me what these things pick up. Those HEPA filter bags that you have in those are amazing. The last bag I had absolutely packed full, and it was still a small bit of suction. When I struggled to get the bag out of the thing because it was so full I couldn't pull it back. So good piece of kit those. Yeah, but you can see now on my floor, I've given it a good hoover everywhere. All the crap out. There was screws, there was polystyrene or PIR board, bits of it, the insulation board, bits of slate where I've been cutting slate in here. There's all sorts, screws, sucked everything up. So nice and clean now, ready to put my insulation down. Stairs are going. I'm not going to go any further. Now it's time for me to put this insulation inside the mesh. Quick look at what I've been doing. I've just been using a galvanised chicken wire in one continuous row up and over each joist like that. I've been using staples to fix it to the joists. I've made sure that I haven't overlapped the chicken wire when I've been doing the different rows, purely because I don't want bits of wire doubling up, because when you put the floorboards down it could well give you a bit of grief or a bit of unevenness underneath the board. So I've made sure I haven't overlapped. I've done them in single rows, no overlap, continuous length of wire all the way down, and I've only done them to here. Now the reason I've only gone to here is this is where my stairs are coming in. I need to leave all this free because obviously I'm cutting some of this out here across there in L shape. That bit's staying, but I want to do nothing with that for the moment because I got wires and cables to go through here. The next thing for me to do are the cables. Now cables for my sockets are basically going to run around the perimeter of the room there. Around there, around there. I'll have a few sockets coming off as I go around the room. I got to break into that socket there, basically remove that socket, use a junction box. I know that's on the ring main because I rewired the house when I renovated it, and I did that on purpose with this sort of project in mind, so I know now there's no messing around with that. I can break into it, round the room. I got to do some cables from those junction boxes to the light switches, which will come pretty much across here and up through a stud wall that I've got to build along there at the centre of the window. Smoke alarm, that's already in place, the wiring. I've done the wiring from there down. I've just got to connect that to the other smoke alarm on the landing, which is below, so that's simple. That's just a case of connecting it up. Obviously all these cables I've put in already, so they're fine. And then it's just one feed I've got to do over to here. I'm going to have a light switch on that wall over there, which is going to link to one light at the end. So I think I'll leave it there for today. I'm going to do a quick tidy up now, close up the hatch, get in and have a nice cup of tea. So if you enjoyed today's video, then please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for regular notifications. I've been Pouse around the house. Ta-ta, farewell.